This podcast is recorded on Gadigal land. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
Hey chicks, I'm Al.
And I'm Sal.
And this is Two Broke Chicks, the show that shares life lessons and tips to help make you rich in life. And I'm very excited for today's episode.
Me too.
It's actually a little bit of a longer one, but for good reason, because we're talking the tiny habits that cost you over $10,000. Yeah.
I'm imagining you being Dr.
Evil,
Evil
yeah.
with a little pinky.
Do you know what my favorite thing about us is that like there's references that we like are so locked into, but they're references from our childhood that we experienced separately.
That we've never discussed.
Yeah, but it was like jokes within our own like families and childhood.
Yeah.
But we've somehow experienced the same ones.
I know, we're still on the same page.
Yeah.
Separated at birth.
Seriously.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
I truly think we were like conjoined twins.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I believe so. I know so.
Yeah, in my heart of hearts.
Yeah, I had never seen my birth certificate.
Do you know where your birth certificate is?
No. Do you know where yours is?
Yeah.
I don't know if I even have one.
You know, I wouldn't be able to fall asleep if I didn't know where it was.
Do you have your birth certificate?
Yeah.
I think
When
my
I moved
mum
out of
has
home,
it.
I took it with me.
I
need to
think
make
it's
sure
for
I've
the
got it.
best that it doesn't come with me.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's for the best that it
Yeah.
stays in a little filing cabinet in the study. And
Yeah,
my mummy and my daddy.
Your mum's got it locked down.
Yeah, 100%. It's framed.
Wow.
Yeah. But before we get into the episode, obsessions of the week.
My obsession of the week is that did you know that singing reduces anxiety? I know. Is this not like the best news ever for us?
That is great news.
Yeah. So
Do love that for us.
Yeah, and it's backed by science. So singing and humming physically stimulates your vagus nerve, which essentially then tells your body it's time to relax.
Ah.
Yeah, it physically takes you out of fight or flight to rest and digest mode.
So when you are like locking yourself in the bathroom after a night out and you're putting on My Chemical Romance and I'm trying to bash the door down being like, Sally, no, don't do this. And you're going, this is my process. I should just let you?
Exactly.
Okay, got you. What do you think
I'm
is
stimulating my vagus nerve.
like... Yeah, let me stimulate my vagus
Is that how you say it?
nerve.
Vegas or Vagus? The ladies.
Vegas? Vegas doesn't feel right.
Vegas.
Vegas feels right.
Yeah.
What happens in Vegas
Stays
stays
in
in Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas.
Viva!
Yeah.
Why did that sound like a for Narnia cry? Like, what?
Also stress reducing.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
What would be like your go-to calm me down song?
Ooh, you're not going to like this. Anything by Enya.
Really?
Yeah.
What's an Enya song?
There's one
Is that the one
called-
that's like, sail away, sail away, sail away?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I don't hate the song. It's just such an earworm.
Yeah, it is. And
That
I
I
feel-
don't like songs that are like that. Like the Pompeii one that's like,
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
is the same font as sail away, sail away. That you could, what, did I sing two different songs then? You would never, ever know.
Yeah. But you know, actually
Sorry, you
probably...
literally were answering a question and I started monologuing.
No, I love it. I love it. Probably more honestly, sometimes when I have a bad day, I'll put on What About Me by Shannon Noll and just sing it really loud in the shower. I honestly think that maybe that's it for me.
That's a
If I
good
really
one.
dig deep. What
That's a
about
good-
you?
I think it's the circle of life.
Amazing.
It's so good. And like when it really, do we find our place?
yes.
Oh, I love a chorus. I
Yeah,
love
me
a
too.
choir.
Yeah.
I love a moment. And I love a violin.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Absolutely, yeah. Any
Especially-
sort of gang vocal, don't. That could
Hit
revive me from the dead.
There's a couple Sam Smith songs where they use a choir and I'm like,
Honestly.
Heaven.
And the voice of an angel.
voice of an angel.
Yeah, what a combo.
Okay, my obsession of the week is a fun little fact I saw, and it's the number one predictor of someone staying your best friend. Pop quiz, pop quiz.
Shit.
What do you think it is?
Of someone staying your best
staying
friend?
your best friend.
Number one predictor.
Number one predictor.
You don't have any photos together?
No, it's like an actual study.
Surely that's
It's like a
it.
psychological study. You don't take any pics?
I honestly,
Bad friend.
I think that could be backed by, yeah. Oh, sorry, I was thinking signs that you will stay together.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing? What's the?
I honestly think
what's
that's
the
it.
predictor? Okay, well, it's not. Wrong. It's radical honesty.
Ooh.
Right? Radical, which, like, if your friend can tell you straight up and be 100% honest with you, that's the number one predictor of that person staying your friend.
Wow.
And I reckon that checks out. Because
In any relationship,
In any
right?
relationship, true. But, like, maybe not, like, Janice who works in, like, the copier room. But, like,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's so true because otherwise that's how those, like, yucky little messy forms of a boulder like come between you and your friends, and you end up bitching about your friends and building resentment and all that stuff. That it's definitely not something that I think you can have with every friend. I don't think
No.
you can have radical honesty with every single friendship. But like I definitely think we have radical. Roll the tapes from the start, be like, move your hair here. You got something you need to do.
You have something in your teeth.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
You actually sounded weird when you said it like that. Can you say it again? Okay.
Okay, one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually take back what I said. I don't think it is in every relationship because it's easier to have radical honesty in relationships or family relationships because you have those ties that really bond you together.
Yeah.
And that's why I do think that not all friends can live together because you do have to have radical honesty when you live with someone to speak up when like something's annoying you or your boundaries are being crossed or whatever.
Yeah.
And that can be really hard.
Friendship has more choice in it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes finding and keeping friendship so hard because, like, with family, for example, it's like, you know, blood's thicker than water. Or you have that thing of being like, oh, you know, but they're my brother.
Yeah.
Or it's my auntie, like, or my cousin. So you kind of like give a little bit more leeway to things than maybe you would someone who you're not related to. With a partner, it's like, you know, they're my boyfriend, they're my husband, they're my wife. And there's, you know, literal divorce, babe, divorce.
Yeah.
Like you kind of stuck with him a little bit. And so, but with friends, it's like there's not really anything tying it more than choice and genuine just like and affection.
Wanting to be
Yeah.
to maintain the friendship.
But I think it's true. It's like if we're getting ready and I was like, does this look weird? You would be like, I don't like it.
That never happens though. The outfits always slay.
Oh,
Need another
thank you.
example.
I appreciate it. Does my hair look weird like this? Or I don't know.
Yeah. Does this hair make my ass look
Does
fat?
this hair make my ass look big?
It does.
Yeah,
keep it that
pH,
way.
baby, pH.
Let's get into the episode.
All right, the tiny habits that are costing you over $10,000. I actually reckon these could cost you over $1 million.
Yeah, honestly.
$1 million.
The limit does not exist.
Seriously.
Okay, habit number 1, the convenience tax.
Guilty.
Honestly.
Also, when we're saying these, I reckon 5 for 5.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Like 5 for 5, they're with you.
Mm-hmm.
Life is a journey, life is a climb, but the view's great.
Yeah.
So, like, if you are also lock me up guilty, don't feel bad. We're there with you.
We're your accountability buddies because we are on the same
Yes.
page.
Yeah.
But for people who aren't familiar, the convenience tax are like those sneaky additional costs you pay because something is convenient and it saves you the time and effort. Food delivery or express shipping or getting like your morning coffee from the cafe instead of making it at home. Do you pay the convenience tax?
Oh, it's the biggest tax I pay.
What falls under your convenience tax, do you reckon? What's the biggest offender?
Me. Like, like baby gets what baby wants. Like, I have a very, very difficult time saying no to myself.
Yeah.
And it's very much, and I think this does probably tie into a habit that we have later in the episode. But, like, do you know what? I actually think, I will stand by that I think this is worth the convenience tax. But once, like, as I'm older, when I was younger, I probably would be like, no fucking way. But the convenience tax that I will always pay, like, to the T, is if there is a flight at like 7 a.m. that's like $500, but there's a flight at 10 a.m. that is $700, I'm getting the 10 a.m. I'm paying the $200 convenience fee because, or like, probably $200 is the max difference
Yeah.
I'll pay on that. But like, and it has to be for like a good, decent flight, right? But like, it's not worth waking up at 4 a.m. for me anymore. I can't do it. I'm not built that way. I
Yeah.
never have been. And so, like, I always get to the night before when I have booked those early flights being like, it's fine. It's just one morning. It's just one morning. It's not just one morning. It's the whole day. And
It's
then the whole next
awful.
day you're like, oh, I can't go in tonight because I'm so tired and I've got to catch up and now I have sleep debt.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole morning before, I'm like setting that alarm and crying into the reflection of my iPhone screen. I'm like, oh, I would pay $100 right now to be able to move that flight to a later
Yeah.
one. I'd be like, I would just do it. I'll just pay it. And the thing is, you can't, because then to change a flight is like so much more expensive. And I go, why didn't you just book the
Do it
later
before.
one?
That's the thing with the convenience tax, though. It really varies based on what your values are.
Yeah.
So for somebody who's like an early riser and a morning person, they're like, yeah, of course I'll get
Yeah.
the 5 a.m. flight. That's completely fine. But for people like us, we're like, no.
Yeah.
We hate
Do
that.
you know what my other convenience tax is that I don't think is a good one? Is that I'm like an express shipping apologist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like $5 for me to get tomorrow?
I do that too sometimes when I don't even need it quickly.
Yeah.
It's just because I want it.
It's definitely like a journey. Sometimes I'm like, no, I will click and collect because I know that like the shops are right there.
Yeah.
But then it sits at the shops for like 2 weeks sometimes. I'm like, you thought you were so smart.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it has happened. That's happened to me before, and the postman has left it at the post office, and then I'm like, well, fuck. Now I don't have time to even go get it. It gets like sent back.
What's
and I'm
the
like,
point?
cool. I paid
Yeah.
express shipping for literally nothing. But I guess that's the thing. It's like you need to actually weigh up what your values are, and if the convenience tax that you're paying aligns with those values, or because time is money.
Yeah.
So there is sometimes when the convenience
Okay, Wolf
tax.
of Wall Street.
I learnt that. At
I ain't fucking leaving.
I learnt that at Ryan's bar the other night.
That movie's scary.
Yeah, it is. I watched it once and then I was like,
Oh,
that's
I
enough.
couldn't imagine you watching it. I can't see it being your...
Yeah, it's not really my vibe.
Yeah, it's okay. So I respect it as a film. But
Yeah. But yeah, so time is money. So sometimes it can be worth it, but in the long run, the convenience tax will cost you more money. So you need to weigh up if it's worth it. And with food delivery, like
That's probably like the biggest example of the convenience tax.
yeah, and I think that is something that a lot of people can relate to, whether that's getting food delivery or getting like your groceries delivered. But yeah, there was this study conducted last year that found that you can actually pay up to 40% more when you order your groceries versus when you go into the store.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and that isn't only because of the like delivery and service fees, but they sometimes actually mark up specific products when you buy them online and get them delivered versus when you go into the shops. How wild is that?
We spoke about that at the start of the year, remember? And there was
Yeah.
that, I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was The Guardian, and they did it with grilled. And they went in and they like bought a grilled in store for takeaway, and then they bought one online with a like meal delivery service, and the difference was wild.
Yeah.
And that was like the thing that I, at the start of the year, was like, I am really not to order as much anymore.
Or at least going to the restaurant to get it.
Like going to the restaurant to get it. Like, I don't think any approach with these is like a cold, at least for me, it's not like a cold turkey. Well, never doing that again.
Yeah.
Because like that's just not going to stick for me. It's more like a trying to replace how much I do it. So if like I order Uber Eats 4 times a week, let's say, okay, I'm going to swap out 2 of those that I'm really going to make sure that I like cook dinner or at least go pick it up.
Yeah.
Like the other 2 nights, okay, fine, I will. But I think what the better question like with this is, if you added up every convenience fee you paid this year and put it into a savings account, how much would be in there and what would it buy you?
a house.
Damn, girl, how many flights you getting?
Literally.
But seriously, like if you went, and I did this like a year ago, I had like a money diary and I was writing down every single thing I spent, and I have like a tracker and I write down every single thing I spend. And when you like go, I don't know if anyone else has this, but I feel like I had like Uber Eats blindness, that I'd be like, yeah, I'll just order dinner. It'll be $20. What are you getting? A sauce?
Literally.
No, like it was $60, $45. Like that, if that was just for me. If there's if someone else, $80. And I'm going, this is really actually a standard amount of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. And again, I'm not saying I've never used a meal delivery service like since the start of the year, but I've definitely used it less. And that's the goal. Like it's identifying the habit that is costing you money. And in this case, it's the convenience tax, and it's walking it back, because a sharper stat to lead with in this conversation on that 40% markup as well. So if you spend $200 a week on groceries, there's an $80 expense convenience fee on top of that, which is $4,160 a year just in convenience tax on one habit. $4,000.
Yeah.
And think of all the other things that maybe you use for your convenience tax, whether it's express shipping, whether it's, you know, booking the priority delivery on Uber Eats, whatever that looks like for you, should be getting up there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But the good news is that, you know, you can outsmart it by just creating a little bit more friction to your spending, and also just swapping out some of those things. Like avoid saving cards onto websites or on your phone to avoid one-click checkouts and convenient spending. And then when buying something, involve a process. Like it feels less like a convenient spend. I see so many memes of chicks going, when I like spent 2 hours online shopping, but I have to get up out of bed to put my card details in. Yeah, so
That's me.
Yeah, so they don't buy anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's the friction we need.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Habit number 2, upgrade syndrome. Yeah. So the urge to buy the newest iPhone or hair straightener or gadget, or even just like a new outfit for every single event, even if you don't necessarily need to replace something, or you already own something that will serve the purpose just as well. But the thing is that this happens by design. Companies and brands will like roll out a product with all of these features. You get that, and then a few months later or a year later, they release another version with slightly upgraded features, and you get FOMO, or you feel like the product that you're using isn't good enough, or you just want to be on top of it and have the latest thing. According to research from Finder in 2023, 1 in 3 Australians buy a new phone every 2 years or less, because that's probably the example that pops into my mind the most when I think of upgrade syndrome, is that we always feel like we need the latest phone.
I reckon that also probably comes from people having like plans where they pay it off over 24 months as well. So it's like they get to 24 months and they've paid off their phone, and they go, oh, well, I'll upgrade it then.
Yeah.
Because I've paid it off.
Yeah, it's really interesting, which I completely understand, and I've been there.
That's what I used to do with my phone all the time.
Yeah, but it's interesting that we don't see things as much as like, I'll use it until it's broken.
Yeah.
Which is kind of bizarre. And there's definitely still a strong appetite for the latest gadgets. When the iPhone 17 was released in September last year, sales for the newest model were 30% higher than the iPhone 16 launch. So yeah, do you feel like you do that? Have you fallen into that temptation to upgrade syndrome and bought something that you didn't think that you necessarily needed to replace yet?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I think, like we said at the top of the episode, 5 for 5. But I definitely don't think this is one that I do as often as some of the others.
Yeah.
Because especially within tech, if it's working and it's doing the job, great.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only thing that's probably different is more phone, because like just for our job, like camera quality and stuff like that is so important. But like I had my first Dyson Airwrap that I bought, I got on Facebook Marketplace for like secondhand, and I had that baby for years. Like I would even like 7 years or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And it worked. So I was like, I don't need a new one. And then it got to the point that it just kind of would start dying halfway through doing my hair and all that stuff. I do feel sometimes like I'm a bit of an old man, and I'm like, oh, they just don't make tech like they used to, because I swear my mum still has like a 20-year-old GHD.
Doesn't everyone's mum?
That is still kicking. And I'm like, are you not like, do you not need a new one?
And it still like, works just as well.
Still works. It's great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do think in some things, yes, and in some things, no. I find that if I've ever maybe gone for a cheaper version in tech that doesn't sometimes last, and I'm talking more appliances here, it doesn't last as long as some of those more expensives. For example, like a washing machine.
Yeah.
Like when I cheaped out on one of those, like it died after like 2 years and I was like, damn. Whereas then when we like splurged and invested in one of the more expensive ones, that's really been like kicking down the house.
Yeah. Well,
What about you?
I would say that is a convenience tax kind of.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're talking about upgrade syndrome, but I would almost say that buying sometimes the cheaper option that might not be as high quality is an example of a convenience tax, because immediately
It's convenient, but it costs more,
in the
because
long
it's
run.
not as good quality. And that's not to say it with everything, because you can get really good quality things for a really good price sometimes. But sometimes when you go for the cheaper option, you end up falling into more upgrades because you have to replace the item. And rather than investing the money into the more expensive version, which actually lasts you longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
completely.
when we were doing the research for this episode with our team, I saw something similar online that this ties into called shiny object syndrome. Yeah, I know. Your eyes just started sparkling.
Are we all magpies?
Yeah. So shiny object syndrome. Shiny object syndrome is a psychological phenomenon where people get continuously distracted by new trendy ideas, trends, or opportunities, frequently abandoning current projects before completion to chase the next big thing. So obviously you could probably apply this to career, relationships, but also, and very obviously, spending.
Yeah.
So shiny object syndrome is obviously this tiny habit that's going to cost you thousands of dollars because trends are the shiny object. And there's always the new bag. There's always the new It Girl perfume. There's always the jacket of winter. Like there's always a new shiny object to buy. Whether it's an upgrade of something you already own or whether it's something completely new, like that's kind of why this thing comes in, and it's so interesting to see.
Yeah, that's capitalism, baby.
But upgrade syndrome can be navigated with a few handy tools of really just thinking about what your needs are. If the object you already own is already doing the job and already doing what you need, isn't the new object automatically worse then? Because it's then costing you more money on top of the one you already own.
Yeah, to do the same thing.
And the thing that I was also thinking about this is potentially to reframe your thinking is to stop thinking of purchases as an upgrade, but also as a depreciating asset. So smartphones depreciate 40% in the first year and 65% by year 2. Designer handbags lose 25 to 40% of their retail value the moment they're purchased new. And cars lose up to 58% of their value by the 3rd year.
Shit.
Yeah. So this upgrade syndrome. Also think about when you like buy a dress to wear to a wedding and you go and put it on Depop, you've worn it once and it was a $500 dress and the offers you get are like, hey, would you do 75? And you're like, what?
And pay for shipping.
But it just doesn't have that value anymore. Like it, obviously not always and not with everything on secondhand, because I don't want to be slamming that because, you know, it is such a great thing to do. But, you know, we always have this need to buy the new thing, but not only is it expensive outright, but when you purchase it, the moment you upgrade, you also continue to lose the value. So remembering that of being like, yeah, I'm going to upgrade, I'm going to get a new thing. Absolutely. Like sometimes we do just need to get the new thing and you need it. But the upgrades just seem to be more and more, and maybe we need to buy into them less and less.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, subscription creep. I feel like this one speaks very easily to itself, but it's paying for subscriptions even though you don't use them, or in, I would think, majority of the case, the just in case. What if there's one movie I want to watch on this platform that I haven't used in a billion years?
Yeah.
And it's just this slow accumulation of subscription payments that can rise without realizing it. With the number of subscriptions available these days, it's really tough to keep across what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Like, have you fallen victim to subscription creep? Would you know what all the subscriptions you're paying for?
I think I do a little bit more now, because at the beginning of the year I went through my expenses to find, like, but I very consciously had to go and look that up because I was like, I don't really know.
Were there ones that you didn't know you were paying for?
Yeah, or ones more so that I knew I was paying for, but when I actually looked at it, I realized I hadn't used it in months. You know, and I'd signed up for a subscription service to watch a TV show, and either I'd finished it or the TV show wasn't even on there anymore. And I'm like, why am I still paying for this? Like, it's literally going untouched. And the thing is with it, because we have so many of them.
I was paying for a Spanish streaming platform from a year ago so that we could watch Drag Race in Barcelona.
Oh my God, no way.
Yes. And I was like, probably don't need that anymore.
Yeah, I think we can say, how do you say goodbye? Adios?
Adios? Yeah.
Yeah, adios to that one. The last time I did that audit was probably like 6 months ago. So I reckon I'd be due for another one.
I would absolutely be due for another one.
Yeah.
And the longer you leave it, the more it's going to be like this big giant task. So you're like, I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
According to data from ING, Australians are spending $26.5 billion a year on subscription services. So broken down, the average person is spending $136 a month or $1,637 annually. And Australian households also have an average of 3.7 digital entertainment subscriptions each. I also think when you put the singles tax into that as well, like a lot of couples or families, they split that cost. But for single people, there's no household sharing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think that's the wild thing is that the average is 3.7, but I'm like, I definitely have way more than that.
I definitely have way more than that.
I probably have like 3 times
I reckon
that
I have like
many.
8 at least.
Yeah, it's definitely time to do another audit. And like you said, it can seem like a really daunting task. And because it is one of those things where you're like, I don't fucking know how many I have. I don't even know where to begin. But when I did do it at the beginning of the year, it didn't take me that long.
It took like an hour.
Yeah, if that even. Like, it really didn't take that long. And I think for me, the golden rule is that if I haven't used it in 6 months or more, it's time to let it go. Maybe even 3 months in some cases.
I also think a good tip is to just cancel all of them.
And see which ones you actually want
and then see which ones you go back to and want to use.
Yeah, because you'll be like, oh, what do I miss? Like, what do I actually reach for and use? And because I've also been, sometimes I'll have something open and then I have other people who are on the account and like they're using it, but I'm not. So I've been like,
Sally!
it's time to
Gotta let the birdie fly the nest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's also really easy to do for your Apple subscriptions.
Oh,
if you
they've got such a great setup.
Yeah, if you do have like a Mac or an Apple device, you just open settings and then click your name and then go to subscriptions and there's a full list of all of the things. Yeah, and it's just one button. So that's really helpful because there's also been so many apps that I've downloaded and then signed up for the
like 7-day free trial, and then it's like, now I'll take your house, your first child, and a kidney.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and hated that. I would always get like the PayPal notification and I'd be like 21 and I'd literally have like $30 in my account to last like 2 weeks, and then it would put me in a minus and I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
The worst. And it's always like whenever it comes out of your account, it's like Apple, and you're like, who are you? Where are you all from?
Well, that's the thing, because like if your bank sent a notification every time a subscription was renewed and told you exactly what it was, you'd probably cancel them more, right? But a lot of the time they're coming up as just like Apple subscription and you don't even know what it's for.
Exactly.
And like, that's wild.
100%. Okay, habit number 4, little treat inflation.
Back.
Okay, everybody raise your hand if you've been guilty of little treat inflation. Me. Impulse buying little treats that feel harmless but like add up very quickly. And these can sometimes be the result of the increased cost of living, which means we put off big splurges and instead satisfy ourselves with like little nuggets of treats because it's like, oh, well, it's only a $20 top to go out on Friday, or it's only, you know, $10 Messina tub, which, yum. I did that the other night. Oh, yeah, it was great. It was so worth it, not going to lie.
Yeah.
But it means we get these little multiple smaller purchases that don't feel like a big deal, but in the end they probably do add up to more than those big purchases do. And it's because we probably also get addicted to this little mini dopamine hit. And so it's like, you know, a new makeup product, a morning coffee, an afternoon snacky doodles. They bring you comfort, or like just when you've had a bad day. And I hate this one because I want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't like this one.
No, I think it's so relatable.
Yeah.
That's why there's literally that thing called the lipstick index.
Yes. So research found that people who highly value little treats are more likely to wake up happy, but also more likely to feel lonely.
Fuck.
That felt like that scene in Drag Race where they're like laughing. He's like, ha 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 ha. Where was your childhood traumatic?
Yeah. What's your favorite color? Pink. Mine too.
Oh my
Was your childhood traumatic?
Yeah, literally. So that paradox is gold for this like conversation moment, because little treats are genuinely making people happier, yes, but also masking the underlying cause and the root cause of why we feel the need for all these little treats.
Yeah.
So the business world has called it treatonomics, which is a recession-resistant form of spending.
Wow.
So the small indulgence validates hard work without stretching the budget. A $15 dessert requires deliberation, whereas a $6 treat becomes an instinctive decision. And you're being deliberately priced into impulse buying.
So sneaky.
So making things so small and little, be, oh yeah, I'll get that and I'll get that, aka the mini section in Mecca, or the chocolate bar at the petrol station. Oh yeah, I'll get an Aerobar. Oh, I need some gum. Oh, dip, 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 dip. Oh, I can't stop my fingers. They move on their own.
Yeah, they have a mind of their
I
own.
love those sections. I don't want to give up those sections.
I know.
They're my favorite.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing to know, because you do pause if something was $40 in that section. You go, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But $15 for a lip gloss? You come here.
Yeah.
Like that, I'm like, damn it. Hate when they're right. Treatonomics. I'm going to be using that to like allow myself, whenever I want something, I'm going to go, treatonomics.
Yeah. It's definitely.
Should not be giving advice on this section.
But I think young people can especially relate to that. And that's something that we've been critiqued on. Like years ago, there was that whole rhetoric that young people can't afford houses because we're buying avocado toast.
Well, I'm allergic, so what's your excuse now?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Still don't have a house.
Yeah. Which is not what we're saying, I don't think. Like, we're not saying that buying a lipstick is the reason why that you can't afford a house.
Absolutely
but it's
not.
recognizing that emotional connection between those things. And sometimes that you do feel, you know, a little bit apathetic or powerless in terms of your bigger savings goals. And you're like, well, I'll just buy this lipstick because why not? And that's completely fine. But you need to recognize what maybe those emotional triggers are and if you actually need it.
I
because
get that.
when you look at all of those things added up, that's when it can potentially become an issue.
See, for this one, I don't know what the solve is.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah, literally.
This one's my biggest, like, work in progress.
Yeah, yeah. I think that a lot of chicks listening would completely agree. Build your want list, because it kind of keeps you in check. It sets you up with boundaries and also makes it a bit more intentional too. Like, there are things that you genuinely want or need, or you identify them as a treat and it's a reward for hard work, or if you've had a bad day or whatever it is. But it's kind of like what we were saying the other week. If you're constantly treating yourself,
Where's
treat
the
loses
treat?
the sparkle.
The treat doesn't treat.
It doesn't treat on the same level. So you don't even get that dopamine
Toxic
hit.
cycle.
Yeah.
There's a really good app that I've been using lately, and I do think it has curbed my impulse spending, and it's called Locker. And basically, whenever I see something I like, I save it in the app and it tells me when it goes on sale. And it also just like makes me sit on the purchase a little bit more. And it means that I like deliberate that a lot further than I would if I was like, yeah, bing, bang, bong, ding.
Yeah. Well, it's like the 72-hour rule.
Yeah.
Like waiting 3 days before making any non-essential purchases, because a lot of the time by the time the 72 hours ticks over, or when you look in your Locker app again, you're like, I didn't actually want that.
Do you know what I did buy the other day? I already told you about it, but I'm really excited for them.
Tell the chicks.
I bought some twoobs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very excited. I was getting my hair done and the stylist was wearing twoobs. And I was like, those look really comfy. She was like, yeah, they're my twoobs. And then everyone get a shot glass. Count how many twoobs. And apparently they're really comfy and they only just came back in stock. So I bought some twoobs.
Yeah.
Habit number 5, and probably most important, especially for the chicks and the women listening, is negotiation paralysis.
Yeah.
So this means you're not negotiating your bills, your salaries, or renewals because it's uncomfortable, too awkward, or it just falls into the, I'll do that later pile, which, same, been there, done
Too hard
that.
basket.
Haven't done that, literally. So we did kind of talk about negotiating bills in a post online, and there was lots of people asking like, what? You can do that? Yeah. So there's these like under the table deals. You'll come to my house. You know, like that that was a Godfather reference just for anyone who like didn't recognize it. It was really good though.
It was. She had a tongue in her cheek and everything.
But yeah, so you can go to your provider and be like, don't like this. What else can you do for me? Because I'm going to go sign with this other person if you don't give me a better rate. And I swear, like 9 times out of 10, they will always give you a better rate.
Yeah.
Because that's how they keep you as a customer. They have play chicken with your like fucking bill providers.
Yeah.
And your utilities, because 58% of people have never or rarely initiate salary negotiations as well. And that's also such a huge number. And more often it's women rather than men that aren't negotiating their salaries as much as they should be. So do you ever shop around for a better deal when it comes to renewing your services? Have you ever gone to your boss and said, give me more money?
Yeah, give me more money.
Yeah.
Definitely at work, for sure. But also with my bill providers. I've done it with my internet bill, my phone bill, and I think maybe my energy bill as well. Oh, and I also did it with my landlord. Does that count?
Love that.
Like, they tried to increase my rent, and I was like, here's the receipts, hon. Like, it ain't happening. And they were like, okay. And that's the thing. I was kind of like, well, what do I have to lose? They're either going to raise the price or I keep paying what I'm paying and get like a shitter service or the same experience when I could be paying less. And all they can do is say no. And for them, especially for utility providers and stuff, customer acquisition is way more expensive than keeping you on.
Yeah.
So they're definitely way more likely to offer you a discount than let you go.
I didn't even think about it like that. I do think this is, again, one of those habits that kind of ties into another one, that it's like the convenience tax is also in line with this one, because the convenience of just not calling and not having to deal with it and just letting it run as it goes is costing you money that you could be saving.
Yeah, you're literally losing money. That's like the most frustrating thing when you look at your phone bill.
I also love it because it's a little bit of like a...
Oh, you get a bit of a power move?
Yeah.
Well, that's the
What
thing.
are you going to do for me, Bob?
Yeah. Because some people, I think it really depends on what your motivations are. Some people really love to negotiate, and like that would be a huge motivator for them, right? To be like, yes, I
but
did
see,
it.
I like it's not the competition. It's that I'm a woman with nothing to lose.
Exactly. But
I'm a donkey on the edge.
For if that isn't like a huge motivator for
was a Shrek
you,
quote.
I'm donkey on the edge.
Yeah, thank you.
And in the morning, I'm making waffles.
Thank you.
Throw that in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. But if that doesn't necessarily motivate you, you could also look at it as a loss, because according to psychology, the emotional pain of loss feels around twice as intense as the joy of an equivalent gain. So think of it as, I am literally losing money by staying with this. Not that I'm going to save money. You're literally just burning money for no reason.
Yeah.
And so that might be more of a motivator for some people. But go in there and negotiate, chicks. All they can do
100%.
is say no, and you're in the same place you were before.
Yeah.
And just switch to a better deal if that's the case. But on that note, that's a wrap for another episode of Two Broke Chicks. Thanks to you chicks for having us in your ear holes. We love to be here.
Bye, chickies.
Bye.